Hello there. Hi, what's up? My name is Jenna, and today I'm here to give you a journal flip through. I've had about 1,000 people ask me to do one, and I was always going to do one, but you guys are just pretty impatient. So here we are, Journal Flip Through 2018. I've done a couple of these now, so if you're new here or you just want more journaly content, I definitely have one for 2016 and one for 2017, and then I also have another one that's just like a really old journal that I flip through. So if you want more inspiration, you can check those out. This is probably my most exciting one because I actually tried for more than half of the year, and it's all very full. As you can tell, it's my fattest journal ever. But yeah, this is my Moleskine that I worked on all throughout the year of 2018. It's hardback and it has the plain pages. So if you're looking for this, it's about $18 to $20 on Amazon if you want to check that out. Here we go. So we're going to start out with the cover. What I like to do on my journals is I make a collage on the cover, and it kind of is just like things that I'm loving or how I describe myself in that year, or pretty things or any of the above. So it's just a compilation of all the things that are me. This is what I was thinking about at the end of 2017, beginning of 2018. Just a lot of different things here. I was marathoning Parks and Rec at that time. Somebody drew a picture of me like a couple years ago, and I wanted to put that on there, so that's me. If you can't see my face, but that's what I look like. Obviously, I'm a huge Taylor Swift fan. If you didn't know, I'm INFJ. I love The Great Comet of 1812, Bleachers. I did like Zac Efron in The Greatest Showman, so sue me. Thor Ragnarok, Valkyrie, love of my life, Lord, Steve Harrington, Tom Holland, Lucy Moon, the YouTuber, love her. So that's basically my cover. I glued all these pictures down on the front cover, and then I used packing tape just so that it would be like waterproof and nice. So there you go. There's how you collage 101. I did another collage this year. I've never done a collage on the inside before, and it's awesome. This is way better than this one. So like I said, these are all just things that I would use to describe myself at the beginning of 2018. Just there's a lot going on here. I was really obsessed with Thor Ragnarok at that time. Still obsessed, honestly. Jessica Jones, I was really into. Stranger Things. Like I said, feminism is great. This is my friend Haley that I love. Taylor Swift lyrics. Natasha Pierre and The Great Comet of 1812 meme. We got a lot going on here. And here we go. So the first page of 2018, I went fancy this year. Most of this is actually collaged. I glued in stuff for the whole year, so get excited about that. But this is page 1, 2018. I decided to put a little quote on the bottom for this year, and this is actually a lyric from the song Balance by Future Islands. I found that at the beginning of the year, and it kind of was my year song for a while there. I still love the sentiment about it, and I think I'm going to carry this into 2019. It says, but if you want something to change, you got to change your life. I did a page for my word. If you don't pick a word for your year, what are you doing? I love doing it. This year I chose consistency. So I wrote the definition: steadfast adherence to the same principles, course, form, etc. And then I just did a little magazine collage to make it look interesting. I also usually will do a page that's about me at that time, so I can kind of see back what I'm doing and what I look like. This year I actually took a Polaroid on the first and last day of the year, so that's literally what I looked like the first day of 2018. And then I put some of my favorites at the beginning, which this list has changed, but also it's kind of still relevant. My favorite movies, favorite albums, favorite songs, favorite shows, and then favorite characters. Next up, we got my first read of the year and also my favorite movie ever, Perks of Being a Wallflower. I reread this for the first time in about 5 years over audio for my first book of 2018, and I just wanted to make a really cool spread about it because I'm just obsessed with it, the movie. Can we just? This was when I was marathoning Parks and Recreation for the first time. I just decided to make a page full of quotes and funny things from the show. So it's just got a lot of things going on. I made a playlist for one of my friends for the beginning of 2018 with just sentiments about the year and just a feeling of what I wanted 2018 to be for them. And I really liked it a lot, so I decided to put it into my journal. So this is kind of a playlist for 2018. It didn't really turn out like the playlist, but it's all right. It'd be like that. This page is a list of 10 lyrics that changed my life, put in a really funky format because that's who I am. They're just kind of listed throughout. And I'm not really going to tell you about them because I have a whole video about that. But yeah, these are 10 of my favorite lyrics of all time. This is a quote from Lorde that she had in Billboard at the beginning of the year, and it just really spoke to me, so I wanted to put it on a page. So I did. So this is a quick little spread that I did for January. I ended up going to Chicago, and my friend Sasha Alsberg had a release party. This is a really bad Polaroid that did not turn out. My mom also wrote me a note when I was home, so I kind of just like made a little spread about everything that happened. And next we have a little page about my friend Laura, who I saw when I went home. She got me a Christmas present, so I made this as the background, and then I really love the song The Last of the Real Ones by Fall Out Boy, and so this is just a quote from that kind of reminds me of her. And then on this side, this is a quote from a Bleachers song called I'm Ready to Move On that I really love. And I was just really feeling that song at the time, and I really like this weird collage layout thing, so that's really cool. I did a spread for the Women's March, which was my first Women's March ever, and it was super fun and exciting, and I took a lot of Polaroids, obviously. My sign was from the Taylor Swift song, I Did Something Bad. This is my roommate, Jack. We did it in Nashville. This is a quote from one of the little slam poems that happened during the march, and I found it online and I wrote it out because it was just really powerful. This book is so hard to flip because literally I just collaged everything. It's fine. So this is a quote from a song that I found at the beginning of the year called Weak by AJR. I absolutely love AJR now, and their album The Click is just my jam, but I really love this song, so I made a little spread for that. And then this is my January playlist. I actually put in playlists for every single month of the year, and I am very impressed by that fact, so you should really appreciate it. This is my list for January. At the beginning of the year, I was getting into Once Upon a Time. I think I got through about season 5, and then I quit watching the show, but man, some good times happened on that show, let me just say. These are like some of my favorite characters and outfits and stuff. I love Emma Swan in that outfit. Also, I'm a sucker for Captain Hook. It's fine. Also, I really love Regina and Robin Hood. Next up, this is one of my favorite pages that I made this year. It's a reference to Florence and the Machine. This is from her song Third Eye, which is like my song of 2018. It's just amazing. And then this is a symbol that she has, I think, tattooed on her somewhere, but a lot of people get this tattooed in reference to Florence and the Third Eye song, and so I just use watercolor paint to like splatter it. And this is a picture of Lupita, and she's just great, so I feel like it matched. This is a quote from a song by Bring Me the Horizon, which I really got into at the beginning of this year. It's from their album That's the Spirit, and I just am obsessed with that album. I love it so much, so I had to put a quote in from there. This is a quote that I honestly don't know where it came from, but it's still really relevant and pretty cool, and I think I probably found it on Tumblr, but I love it. It's really great. It's by Charles Spurgeon, and it says, "There is no form of sinfulness to which you are addicted which Christ cannot remove." So, cool. Next, we are on to February. So, like I said, I made a playlist for every month. This is my February playlist. I actually really like the background for these because I use like magazine clippings, and it's just really great. My friend Katie moved up to Nashville, and she actually stayed in my room for like a week, so I took a Polaroid to remember that moment. And then this is just a quick little list of things that happened in February to me, like books that I read, movies I saw, and just like cool stuff that happened. So that's cool. Also, I watched 5 seasons of Brooklyn Nine-Nine in 5 days in February. I think I have a problem. This is a little spread for my favorite movie of all time. Not really, but kind of. Thor Ragnarok. I did a couple of quotes that I loved from the movie and just kind of like put them in there. This was also when I saw Black Panther, and so this is a picture of Lupita, and it's a quote from Black Panther that says, "It is my duty to fight for the things I love." This is a Taylor Swift quote. I don't remember when or where she said it, but probably in the Clean speech somewhere. It says, "We are not defined by our lowest moments. We are how we choose to define ourselves." And this is just a random magazine clipping that I really liked. I saw one of my friends make a journal page like this, and I decided to do that. This is a picture of Ariana Grande, who I don't really love, but it's still pink, beautiful, lovely art. So I also did these every single month of the year, which is super impressive because I never do that. But it's just like a little page for each of the months. And so obviously I did January and February back to back, but it has the month, and then I put quotes from like visual media that I had. So this is from a John Mulaney special. This is from What We Do in the Shadows. This is from Call Me By Your Name, and then Black Panther. And then I also just kind of like put some things that are like the mood of the month, or like TV shows, movies I watched, people I love, stuff like that. So it just kind of gives a vibe of like what that month was like. So obviously this is January and this is February, and yeah. Also, if you haven't seen Hunt for the Wilder People, you should definitely watch that movie. So this is a page from a magazine with Miley Cyrus, and I really still love her. So congratulations that she's married now. That's cool. But these are just like quotes from songs and things that I was listening to and loving at that time. It's just a random art page. I was really lazy at that point. This is March now, and so in March I ended up going to see a couple of shows. This is when I saw Walk Off the Earth, and this is actual confetti from that night, and it was really cool, and these are all pictures that I took, and it was a really great show, and I'm really sad that Beard Guy passed away, so R.I.P. Beard Guy, we love you. This is when I saw Pretty Woman in Chicago for the pre-Broadway run with Steve Kazee. I love him. This is my ticket from that night, and it was not the best Broadway show I've ever seen, but it was also like really enjoyable, so that's fun. I also saw Lorde in March. I saw a lot of things in March, but Lorde, can we just, like, look at this spread. I went with my friend Tiernan, which was really fun. This is a ticket from the show that I printed out, and these are all pictures that I took, and I just, wow, can we appreciate, like, the melodrama tour was just epic. This is my spread for March, so I have my page of, like, visual stuff. This is from A Wrinkle in Time, and this is from Love, Simon. And then on this side is my March playlist, and it's just, wow, like, can we appreciate? I really tried hard this year, guys. Can we appreciate this? This is a quote that somebody related to the Type 5 Enneagram, which is what I am. I'm a Type 5, if you didn't know. It says, I take them all in. I hear their conversations, witness their intimacies. I never say a word. They are more conscious of the birds, the squirrels, the wind. I do not exist, and yet I exist. And I really related to that. And this is from a magazine with Zoe Kravitz, who we love. So that's cool. This was also about the time when I was reading Tower of Dawn by Sarah J. Maas, which is my second favorite book of the year, and I'm obsessed with it still. But this quote, this whole scene was just like really empowering and life-changing for me, and so I had to put it in here. It's a scene at the end with Kale and Irene, and I just, wow. We stand. So this is to commemorate loosely when I met Lin-Manuel Miranda. I met him in April of 2016, and then in this year, it's been 2 years. And I was like, I really need to make a spread. And I had a magazine with pictures of him, so I was like, well, just use it and put it in there, and that's his signature. It's fine. I'm not emo at all. This is a page for Tower of Dawn because I finished reading Tower of Dawn, and I just love it so much. This is a quote from the book. There's some fan art, and I made a little aesthetic mood board for it, and I just... We love Tower of Dawn in this house. This is when Babe came out by Sugarland / Taylor Swift, and so it's just some lyrics from there that I really liked. And then over here, this is a really bad spread of me getting excited about the Rep Tour, which I have so many spreads about, but this is when I finally got in my costume for Rep Chicago. I was dressing up as Taylor Swift in the Ready For It music video. And I listed my seats and the date, and yeah, it's not a great spread, but it'd be like that sometimes. This was when I was just like watching copious amounts of television. I did the math this year. I watched 40 seasons of TV, which is probably about 400 or 500 episodes, which translates to about like 10 days of watching TV straight. So some of the first shows that I watched this year were Santa Clarita Diet on Netflix, which is just an incredible show, and I can't wait for it to come back. It's about zombies, and it's just really funny. So I made a little mood board for that. And then this is when I watched Queer Eye, and here's a little mood board for that, which is also a great show, and we love all of them. It's great. So this is my little page for April. I went and saw Wicked, and this is from Queer Eye, and we were getting really into the Enneagram at my house, so just all of that. This is a quote from Aurora's semi-new song Queendom. It came out that month, and it was just really, really good, and I love it so much. And this is my April playlist, which is just like really cute and pretty. And then this is for my birthday. I turned 23, so I was really obnoxious this year, and I got the big balloons, and it was totally worth it, even though it was kind of expensive. But my friends made a cute little banner for me, and we had a little party, so I turned 23. And this is from the Paramore song Tell Me It's Okay, because it talks about being 23, so that's exciting. So this is a cute little birthday card that my friend Francis wrote to me, and I just wanted to put it in here so that I can have it forever. So these are some other cards that I got from my mom and my dad and my cousin, and just... wow, we love birthdays. It's fun. This is when Florence and the Machine's song Hunger came out, and it was definitely one of my top songs of the year, and so I made a little quote page for it because it's just so awesome. The Rep Tour began on May 8th, 2018, so I made a spread about that as I watched the live stream of it. One of these is a quote from the Delicate speech, and the other one is a quote from the speech before Long Live. So my friend for my birthday put this on one of my bags, like my gift bags, and it's my initials, and so I just wanted to put it in there because it's really fuzzy and cool. And then this, I decided I was going to draw Taylor in her I Did Something Bad outfit. And so I did. It's not a great drawing, but hey, you gotta try. This is a scene from Avengers Infinity War. And I have a whole spread for Infinity War, but I didn't have enough room to put this on there, and I just like apparently really wanted this on there. This is just a really great scene, so that's fun. And then this is a quote from Norse mythology, which is a Neil Gaiman book that I read this year on audio, and it's all about Thor and Loki, and I love them, so I really just loved this idea. Rebirth always follows death. And this is my Avengers Infinity War spread, which is really terrible, but it's fine. I basically just took a bunch of quotes and memes from the movie and pasted them in with some pictures, so it's just really great. I'm gonna find the best one. Thor. I'm gonna get a big axe and hit Thanos with it really hard. Meme. That's the dumbest plan I ever heard. 2 hours later. That absolute madman. He actually did it. If you didn't know, I love Thor. Taylor went to her first award show in a very long time, and she looked freaking stunning. So I printed out pictures of her and just like, wow, we love that. And then this is a quote from one of her speeches that night, and she's just... Did you know I love Taylor Swift? So at the end of May, I ended up going to New York for a week, so I made a couple quick little spreads about that. I ended up going to the Met Cloisters, which was really gorgeous. This is a ticket from the Metro. I also ended up going to the 9/11 Museum, which was really powerful and awesome. We went to the Butcher's Daughter, and yeah, that's really fun. And then also I ended up going to Book Expo. So this is like loosely a little reference to that. I pretended to be Sasha to get into event, so that's fun. And then Big Honcho had their annual party. These are pictures of me with my friend Hannah, and then this is me and my friend Ash. And then I also snuck into Hachette to get to that party. So it's cool. I'm just living my dreams. This is a little page about the vinyl trilogy by Sophia Elaine Hansen. This is a little fan art thing that I got from the series, and then this is a quote from it. So if you haven't read vinyl, you should read vinyl. This is my spread for May. I just made like a little page. This is a picture from my really extra photo shoot that I did for my birthday. And then I really love this. It says, "Don't be fooled by the aesthetic theme. I still love memes." And then this is a quote from Kid Gorgeous by John Mulaney, which is like my thing, so that's really cool. And then this is a quick little playlist I did for May. And now we get into the funnest month, which is June. I went to the Reputation Stadium tour twice in this month, and this is from the first time when I went to Chicago, night 2. Yeah, this is her Pride speech from that night, which was just really amazing and awesome. And then this is me and my friend Haley who went together. Here's an actual spread for that night. She played 22 as the surprise song, which was really awesome. It rained. We got to do the ding during Gorgeous and the 1, 2, 3, let's go, bitch during Delicate, and it just was a time. It was just really a great night. We love Taylor Swift in this house. Later on in that month, I ended up getting to see Morgan Matson again in Nashville, and she signed my journal because she is just wonderful. I ended up going to a wedding, and so this is for one of my old roommates from college, and I ended up going with my current roommate, Amy, and so that's just like really pretty and cute. I ended up getting a lovely little card from Alex Bracken about The Darkest Legacy, and it's just really, really great, so I put it in there, and yeah, we love Alex Bracken. These are some quotes from songs that I was loving at that time. This one is from the 5 Enneagram song by Sleeping at Last, because I just related to it so much and I wanted to put it in there. And then this is from Big God by Florence and the Machine, which is one of my favorite songs of hers ever. I just love this part. So I just made another little collage because I was really feeling this vibe. I just love this color scheme, and I really love the sentiments of this, like, keep going, slow progress is still progress, the only way to escape is to change. It's just like, wow, a mood. And then this is a quote from when I saw Taylor in Nashville for the 1989 tour. It's just a really moving speech that she did before Enchanted, and I put this in here because of the next page, the next spread, because this quote is just all about like true happiness, and it's fleeting, but you should keep moments to remember for when you're feeling sad. And so let's all just take a moment, deep breath. Here we go. The greatest spread that ever lived. Boom! Wow, can we just appreciate everything that happened this night? Anyways, so this is the spread for the day that I met Taylor Swift, because I met Taylor Swift in 2018. I met Taylor Swift last year. Can you believe? I got invited to an exclusive event from AT&T in Chicago, and I went with my really good friend Haley, and so I just wanted to make a spread to remember it all. So this is my picture with Taylor Swift. I have a bunch of lyrics that just really remind me of that night. And then this background is actually a newspaper that I got sent from Taylor Swift's store. They sent a lot of wrapping paper out, and so I really wanted to put that in the background. And then this is my tweet. I just met Taylor Swift. It happened. And then a couple days later, I went and saw her for the Reputation Stadium tour in Louisville. And she played Mine as a surprise song after I asked her to play a song from that album. Wow. And so I wore a snake print jumpsuit, which was really fun. I went with my childhood best friend, who is also kind of like my sister, Hannah. She's wonderful. She paid for my ticket to that show. I love her so much. And then I ended up seeing Taylor again at the Barricade, which was like kind of trippy, but really fun. So this is my spread for June. This is from Chicago, and this is just a Reputation photo. And yeah, I saw The Incredibles 2, which was really great. I also, because of her Pride speech, I ended up posting on Facebook that I was ace. Also, it was kind of Pride Month, so like I don't know how I fit in there yet, but we're just gonna keep talking about being ace because I'm asexual. Did you know that? And then this is a quote from a Taylor Swift song because that's the mood. And then this is from her Chicago show, another speech that she did about dancing in the rain, which is really fun. Yeah, and then this is my June playlist of all the songs that I was loving at that time. This is a quote from Patty Boyd. She was interviewed by Taylor Swift for Bazaar magazine, Harper's Bazaar. Anyways, whatever. And she had this quote, and I just really loved it, and I wanted to keep it in here to remember it. This is my July playlist. July, August, I'm never really good at being creative and like scrapbooking and journaling and stuff like that, so it's just like really quick. But I did make a playlist for that month because I finally got Apple Music for a trial, and I just was obsessed with that. Like I said, creative burnout. This is what happens to me consistently every single August of my life. I'm just like done with everything. Too creative, need to stop, need to chill. So I took kind of a little bit of a break for a second there. And then this happened at the end of August. I went to the Reputation Stadium tour again. Shocking, I know. This was when I went in Nashville. Some random person was handing these out with pixie sticks. So I was like, cool, I'll take one, I guess. And it was at Nissan Stadium. This is some confetti from that night. I ended up meeting Lottie, who is wonderful. She designs fashion stuff and she makes Taylor Swift costumes. It's really cool, but she handed these out at the tour, and so I got one. And then this is a Polaroid that me and my friends took at the Rep tour, and I had to put it in here because it's just so iconic. Okay, this is still kind of from that night. People handed these out when we were at the concert to hold up and be cool, I guess, but nobody did it. But I kept this because it's really cool and we stay, and that's the mood. Next, this is lyrics from the Ariana Grande song Breathin', which I was just really obsessed with over the summer. And then I have just a couple pages of like quotes. I didn't paste so much in August, September. So this is a quote from Mariana's Trench because I was obsessed with them over the summer. This is from their song Who Do You Love from their album Astoria. This is a 21 Pilots quote. I think it's for the song Migraine. I was really trying to get into 21 Pilots over the summer, and I'm still not obsessed with them, but I really like this song and the lyrics in it, and it was just really relatable at the time. Next, this is a quote from the 1975 and their song Give Yourself a Try. As you can tell, very lazy, very much burnt out creatively. This is also a 21 Pilots quote. Wow, I probably should have stayed inside my house, which is forever and always the mood of my life. This is a really late spread, but I did do it, so you can't fault me for not trying. This is for July and August. I saw Mamma Mia 2, which is like my favorite movie of the year. This is a quote from one of my new favorite YouTubers, Rowena Tasai. She is just really awesome, and her videos are all about self-care, so I made a quote from her. I saw Moulin Rouge, the musical, and then I really loved the movie Hearts Beat Loud. Great movie. And then August, I saw Crazy Rich Asians, the Rep tour, and then I watched the Miyazaki movie Whisper of the Heart, which is just one of my favorite Studio Ghibli films. It's just so awesome. And so this is a quote from that movie. Here's my August playlist. It's super chill, but like I said, I was listening to Apple Music and Spotify and all that. And then this is another spread about the Rep tour. I wanted to make like an official like Nashville spread, so I did do that. But this is a picture of Taylor from like the Fearless era. And then this is me at the Rep tour. And this is when I went to the Bluebird Cafe for the first time. Okay, this is actually my Nashville spread. I tried really hard on it. I took so many really great pictures at that show. So I put them all, well, I put some of them in here. And then she sang Tim McGraw with Tim McGraw and Faith Hill. So I circled that. And then I also ended up taking pictures of her friend Abigail. And then Nicole Kidman looked at my camera. So that was just an iconic moment of my life. And then in September, I ended up finishing up my series reread of Throne of Glass. So this is just a page about Throne of Glass. A lot of it is just fan art. There's a couple memes in here that I just really appreciate. So we love Throne of Glass in this house. It's just truly stunning. I got this like at the beginning of the year, but I didn't paste it into my journal until like now. But my friend Mally actually wrote a poetry book and published it at the beginning of the year, and I wanted to be a good friend and support her, so I bought it and I have it. She published it in Malaysia too, which is like really cool. But she sent me a cute little note with it and a postcard, so that's really fun. And I made a spread about September, which is really cool. This is my September playlist, and then over here is my monthly spread. I ended up marathoning The Office, so I was really getting into that. This is a quote from Jim Halpert that I really liked. And I did a lot of self-care stuff, and then that's Aileen Galthinius, and then Avril Lavigne released a new song, Head Above Water, which I am obsessed with still to this day, so that's really fun. Beginning of October, I ended up seeing Florence and the Machine in concert for the first time ever, and it was just awesome. This is confetti from that night. I took so many really great pictures because I was just so close to her, and then this is a really great speech that she gave, at some point in the night, and I just really love it. This is also a Florence and the Machine quote from her song Patricia. When I heard this song live, I really fell in love with it more than I ever have before, and I just love this sentiment of it's such a wonderful thing to love. So then I also took a couple Polaroids during September because I don't know why, I just did, but I took pictures of my Throne of Glass reread. I got a letterboard from my friend over the summer, and so I started using that a little bit more, and then that's what I look like in September, and that's my bed. I pasted this in because it was just really pretty and I needed something to counteract this. This is a quote from Doctor Who. We finally got episodes from the 13th Doctor, and she's really great. I haven't actually kept up with it very much, but one of the beginning episodes, she has this quote, and I thought it was really poignant, and it really related to me. This is a quote from The Haunting of Hill House, which is my favorite show of 2018. It was freaking amazing. I can't wait to rewatch it someday. But that show is a horror show, and it's all about ghosts, and it's just really great, so had to put that in there. This is a spread for October, so I read Kingdom of Ash that month, like I said, Haunting of Hill House. This is a quote from Haunting of Hill House, and then I was also working kind of on my poetry book a little bit more, so that's why I have To the Witches I Have Known. Also, Halloween, even though I hate Halloween, so that's cool. And this is a Florence and the Machine photo. And then this is my October playlist. I really was getting into Spotify Premium at this point. I was just obsessively listening to as much music as possible. So this is a spread for Kingdom of Ash. It's really bad and lazy, and I hate this page so much. But I think actually this is like from all the Throne of Glass books, not just Kingdom of Ash. So, and then these are also quotes from Throne of Glass, and this is Aelin. We love Aelin. This is a John Bellion quote. He released a new album this year, and this is from his song Stupid Deep. This is a quote from Arizona. Their song Freaking Out is just really awesome, and I am obsessed with it, and I really fell in love with it in November, so I put a quote from that in there. And I don't know what this is from, but it's true, and I really just love this quote, so I put it in here. Apparently don't really remember writing it, but it's fine. This is my November playlist. Some of the songs I was loving, like I said, Spotify Premium, I love it. I now understand why people have it. So then I did a November-December spread. I ended up winning NaNoWriMo, which was really cool. I marathon New Girl over the course of November. I went home for Thanksgiving. It was just a really good month, all things considered. And then December, I have my Spotify Wrapped. I only got Spotify Premium at the end of the year, so it's not really consistent, and it really doesn't reflect what I did in 2018, but I still put it in there. I also finished watching Superstore, which is a really good show, so I put that in there. This is a quote from a worship song, and then I watched Julie and Julia, and so this is a quote from that. So the rest of this is stuff I did at the very end of the month, which means it was kind of haphazard, but I did it anyway for you. My favorites of 2018. There's a lot of them. Get ready. This is my favorite books of the year. I only read about 30 books, so I don't have that many. My favorite is Kingdom of Ash, and then Tower of Dawn, and it kind of goes down from there. But really, really good books. This is my favorite TV shows. So Haunting of Hill House is my favorite. And I put in these main ones, but I forgot. 2018 was just so long that I forgot how many shows I actually watched. So I also forgot to put in Queer Eye, Santa Clarita Diet, Superstore, and One Day at a Time. Those are all my favorite TV shows of the year. And then I watched a lot of movies this year, like over 200 movies. And so I have like 2 pages of that, but these are my favorite movies. This is a lie. I realized today that this is actually my favorite movie of 2018. I was lying to myself about that. But Love, Simon is a close second, but man, Mamma Mia too. And then this is like the rest of it. So that's fun. And then I listened to so many really great albums. Most of these were not released in 2018, but some of them were. My favorite album of the year and most listened to was probably the 1975 second album. But I also really fell in love with Mariana's Trench. Pray for the Wicked is my favorite album that came out in 2018, but Golden Hour is a close second. And then I also really loved High as Hope. The 5 Seconds of Summer album that came out this year was just really great, by the way. And Churches and Expectations by Haley Kiyoko. Oof, it was a really good year for music. Let's be real here. This is a quote from a Motion City soundtrack song that I forgot about and I listened to in December, and I was just like, yes, that's the mood for 2019. So most of this next area is like end of December feelings / what I'm doing in 2019. So this is a quote from a Selena Gomez song, Revival, and I felt like this was just like where I'm at right now. This is from a song that my roommate released. It's called LJ. It's really great. You should listen to it. Jack Jordan, go find her on Spotify. But I felt like this was just truly a mood for my life right now. And then this is a quote from a Shawn Mendes song, and I was really getting into his most recent album. He had a really great album this year. I forgot about that. But this is from In My Blood. And then this is from Little Mix's album, LM5. And I just, wow, Joan of Arc, what a great song. Impressive. I ordered a camera bag because I just was feeling it. I needed tax expenses, so here we are. But this is from Camera. They sent some cool little postcards with it, so that's the backpack that I got, but it's really great from Camera. I also, a couple months ago, I got Function of Beauty, which is like personalized hair care, and so they sent like a little card with it about information, and it's Function of Jenna. This is a Christmas card that I got from my friend Emily, and it's really, really sweet and cute, and so I put that in there. This is a Florence and the Machine quote that I really love from her 3rd album. And then this is from Imagine Dragons' album Evolve. I really love that album, so yeah, that's cool. And then this is just a compilation of most of the songs on my annual playlist. I kind of put together all the songs on my monthly playlist, and I picked out like my favorites from the year. It's really long, and it doesn't really include December, but it's still really cool. And then I have magazines in the back of it to look cool. This is a list of my New Year's plans / resolutions. It's really ugly and boring, but I had to fill pages. This is a list of things I'm trying to do in 2019. This isn't from anything. It's just something that's been on my heart recently, and I really feel like 2019 I'm going to finish stuff. So I'm excited and pumped, and I wanted to have that in there. This is a quote from a Taylor Swift interview, and I just cut it out because it's really pretty, and I liked this little layout thing, but it's also just like very relatable. It says, "It's not like I've sworn off love. My life is just not conducive to bringing other people into it right now. I'm very childlike and romantic about lots of things, but I'm realistic about this." This is a Christmas card from one of my friends. I actually took this photo, which is really fun, and kind of why I put it in there, but yeah, that's fun. I get Christmas cards because I'm an adult now. These are more Christmas cards that I got from my cousins and my other cousin, and then some people from work sent me stuff, and this is from my roommate, and then I got some stuff from Big Honcho for Christmas, which was really sweet. This is my annual letter to my future self, and so that's fun. So my song for 2018 I decided is Third Eye by Florence and the Machine, and so I wrote out most of the lyrics in this really cool format, and I just wanted to remember it. Every year I pick a song that really reflects how I felt in whatever year it was. And so this is my song for this year. Okay, so this is something I found on Tumblr. It was just a bunch of end of the year asks. I really wanted to answer them and nobody was asking them for me, so I ended up just answering them in here. And it's just, yeah, it's a great little thing to do. Cool. So this is a quote from a Florence and the Machine song, which I really am obsessed with, and a picture of Taylor because obviously. But this is just a little thing that I wrote, kind of just thoughts about 2019 and what I want 2019 to be for me. It's kind of generic, so I feel like anybody can relate to it, but it is oddly specific to my life. I basically took like some of my most listened to, my most favorite songs from 2018, and I took lyrics from each individual song and put them together into this really cool poem that kind of reflects how I was feeling this year, and kind of all the things that I went through and stuff like that. So it's really, really cool if you want to pause and like read it. I did post it on Instagram, but I just really wanted it to look really cool, and I love this spread. This is a quote from Change by Taylor Swift, which is my song for 2019, hopefully, and I just have really been feeling this sentiment, and so I wanted to put it in here to remember it and to really just get excited about the new year. Okay. And so this is kind of my last page for the year. Every year on December 31st, I write myself a little journal entry just to remember where I am and what I'm doing. So this is kind of talking about my life. And then this year I took a Polaroid on the first and last days of the year. So this is what I looked like at the end of the year. And if you can't remember, this is what I look like at the beginning of the year. So end of the year, beginning of the year. So that's basically all I did in the main journal part. Every year I kind of put stickers at the back of my journal just because I kind of collect them. But I never know where to put them, so they're just hidden in the back. But this is from a present that I got and that I just wanted to put in there, and then I got a new Native Union charger, so I put that in there. And then, okay, so there's just so much going on here. My friend made me stickers for Christmas. If you don't know, I have a poetry book coming out, but this is a sticker of my book cover. So I have multiple ones of these, but I really just put one in there to remember it. But this is my book that's coming out. This is from Jenny's Ice Cream. This is an ACLU sticker. This is from Kingdom of Ash. This is from the Bible Study by Zach Windhall. I ended up getting it as a gift, and I got this sticker, so I put the sticker in. I got a bunch of little sticker packets from Function of Beauty and just like various other places. So those are the little stickers. I ended up voting twice this year for the first time, which is really cool. And then I ordered some stickers off of Redbubble for my laptop at the beginning of the year, and they didn't all fit, so I put these other ones in the back here. This is from What We Do in the Shadows, and this is from Lord's song, Hard Feelings. Okay, and there's more. So I got a sticker packet for Save the Date by Morgan Matson, which is really fun. I ended up going to see Shakespeare in the Park, which is what this is from. This is just a random Redbubble sticker. I got a Yeti water bottle last Christmas, and so I put the sticker in here. I ordered some stuff from Parabo, which was really cool. They have free prints that you can do. I got a thing from Glossier at the beginning of the year, and then this is another Redbubble sticker. I also did another collage in the back. This is something I made at the beginning of the year, but it's just like, wow, there's just so much happening. Honestly, it's a lot of things that I just really love, and I really just wanted to remember them and look pretty and stuff like that, so that's cool. So that's it. That is really all of it. I know it's a lot. There was just so much happening this year, and I really wanted to commit to making like an artsy journal and like collaging and really just like trying my hardest to be artsy, and it kind of worked. There are a couple spreads and things that just were very lazy, but for the most part I really pushed through, and I made some stuff that I'm super in love with. Yeah, next year I am not going to be doing this. Next year I am planning on doing more like handwritten stuff and not pasting stuff in, so it won't be as pretty next year. I am planning on doing one, so already please just like don't ask me, like I'm gonna do it as long as I follow through with the journal thing. Wow, 2018 was really just like that year, huh? It was really, really great. Like I said, you can watch my other journal flip-throughs if you want. I tend to post pictures of my journal on Instagram, on Tumblr, on Twitter, just like everywhere all the time. So if you're interested in more, let me know. I know this was very long, but thank you for sticking with me. Let me know in the comments how your journal went for the year. If you're starting journaling, if you have journaling questions, any of the above, I'm here to help. Thank you so much for watching. I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye!